The Five Nights at Freddy's franchise has a total of 10 different games that create a deep and complicated story. And within that story, there are many mysteries that remain unsolved to this day, with one of the biggest unsolved mysteries being the box. This mystery has been in the franchise for over 8 years, but in this video, I'm going to attempt to solve this mystery and answer the infamous question of what is inside the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 box. In order to solve this mystery, it's important to understand the history of the box and the 3 most popular theories behind it. These 3 theories are all different in the sense of when they were created in the Fnaf timeline. The theory of what's inside the box has constantly changed because of what Scott Cawthon has said regarding the box. But first, here's the history of the box. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was released on July 23rd, 2015 and was another great installment to the Fnaf franchise. But after beating Night 7, fans were met with this creepy ending. The ending was just a locked box with this text above it. Perhaps some things are best left forgotten for now. This ending completely confused the fandom, with no one able to figure out what was inside or even understand the meaning of it. Although Scott Cawthon was going to open the box in the Halloween update but decided against it and instead released this statement on Steam. He decided not to open the box because no one was able to figure it out. But from this statement, 2 things stuck out to fans, and now these 2 claims are the fundamentals to each theory. Scott claims that what's inside the box are the pieces put together, but would the community accept it that way? He also claims that what's inside the box has changed over the years as more FNAF lore is revealed, which makes solving the mystery that much harder. And this first theory was widely popular right after FNAF 4 is released, with what's inside the box is simply the hat and bow tie of Fredbear. This theory comes from a teaser for FNAF 4 of Fredbear's bow tie and hat sitting alone in the dark with the spotlight on them. This theory does correlate with parts of Scott's claim that fans might not accept or be happy with what's inside the box, as Fredbear's bow tie and hat just feels too simple and doesn't feel that lore heavy enough for fans. Hiding the bow tie and hat in a box does feel like leaving them behind and forgetting them like the ending suggests. But this theory doesn't make sense with the rest of his claim, as Fredbear's bow tie and hat aren't the pieces put together. And I have to agree that the bow tie and hat doesn't feel like something the community would be okay with, so to me this rules out this theory as a possible answer. But of course, more games were made and more lore was revealed, and this lore is present in this next theory, being that the box contains the body of the crying child, and honestly it does make more sense. Like the last theory, it still correlates with Scott's claim, as maybe some people wouldn't be okay with the box containing the body of the crying child as it seems too dark. Although again, the crying child's body doesn't feel like the pieces are being put together, at least not yet. The ending of FNAF 4, when the crying child is presumably in the hospital, William Afton and Michael give their final words to him. Michael apologizes for everything he's done, and that's when William Afton tells the crying child, "I will put you back together." To me, I see this line relating to Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. We know that William Afton was experimenting with Remnant, and in one of the offices there's even what appears to be a child's robot head. It's possible that William Afton is attempting to bring his child back to life using Remnant and robot parts. He's forgetting about his son until he finds out how exactly to bring him back to life. He's putting his son back together by putting the pieces together. This theory works with every clue and statement that Scott Cawthon has given us, and I think it's the most accurate and logical theory at the time, which would have been right after the release of Sister Location. But now this theory feels outdated, and with all the new lore revealed, this final theory makes much more sense. This theory became popular after the release of Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator, and the theory is that the box belongs to Henry and not William, and that the box contains paragraph 4 or the plans of Henry to take down William Afton. This theory definitely revolves around the newest lore, and because of this, many fans might not be okay with the box not even belonging to William Afton. Henry's plan was to bring down William Afton by piecing together the mystery of the missing children, the mystery of his daughter, and of course the mystery of how the souls of the children inherited the animatronics. He's putting the pieces together to finally take down William Afton. And in regards to the text from the actual ending, it matches perfectly with this theory. It's possible that after Henry's daughter was murdered, Henry chose to lock his plans in this box and forget about them until he was ready to enact them. And personally, I think this theory is the most accurate considering all of the lore and story that has been revealed to us over the years. But I don't think this theory is correct because of a minor detail I don't see many people talking about. With that minor detail being that the box has 2 locks, meaning 2 different people and 2 different keys are needed to unlock the box. It's obvious that the 2 people with the keys are William Afton and Henry, meaning whatever is inside the box they both have to be aware of and would want to leave it behind to be forgotten. which immediately rules out the possibility of the crying child's body being inside, as there's no way Henry would be okay with it. Same goes for the bow tie and hat of Fredbear, as that's too personal to William Afton and has no relation to Henry. Vice versa, paragraph 4 and Henry's plans are too personal to himself and again wouldn't make sense for them to be in the box. So what could be in the box that's personal to both of them and that they would both want to forget? Well, here's my theory for what's inside the box. The items that are inside the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 box are William Afton's Golden Freddy plush, Henry Emily's daughter's green bracelet, and both the research on Remnant. Now I know this theory may be confusing, but here's why it's the most logical and makes the most sense. It makes sense that the box contains something personal to William Afton and Henry and something that they would both want to forget. For William Afton, the most obvious answer is the Golden Freddy plush. This Golden Freddy plush was used to communicate with the crying child, but ultimately failed in protecting him from Michael and Fredbear. We know this plush belongs to William Afton because it's seen in the underground bunker from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location holding a walkie-talkie. And of course, William would want to forget the plush because of his failures in protecting his family, leaving it inside the box. As for Henry, this next part of the theory may be controversial as it can be confusing, but here's my reasoning. The main issue with this part of the theory is why would Henry place the green bracelet of his daughter if William was the one that murdered her? Well, the way I see it is that Henry never found out that William was the one behind her death, although he did suspect him and even made the puppet for the sole purpose to protect his daughter. But it still makes sense for both parties to have something personal in the box, and his daughter is the only thing related to Henry. The only other things that are personal to Henry are the puppet and Lefty. But these animatronics never became withered or damaged, so it would be impossible for there to be a part of either of them in the box. Which again leaves the only logical option for the box to contain Henry's daughter's green bracelet, even if William did murder her. And it's something Henry would definitely want to forget. Moving on to the last part of this theory, which is proof or information about Remnant. Proof of Remnant would simply act as something both Henry and William know about and would want to forget. We know that both of them are aware of Remnant at some point in the timeline, as William experimented with Remnant in Fnaf's sister location, and Henry planned to burn down the animatronics with the Remnant inside of them in Fnaf 6. Overall, this theory is putting all the information about the two most important characters together to figure out what's inside the box, or it's putting the pieces together. And what's inside the box is something both characters would want to forget and leave behind, at least for a short period of time. And most importantly, many people might not agree with this theory or accept it. But this is just a theory, as again the box still remains a mystery to this day, and who knows if it will ever be opened. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if I should make more videos on theories and solving mysteries. Thanks for watching.